This is the one. Because we've all been there. We've all been in other companies where they've started a long time ago. And there's people already that are making a 500,000, a million, 2 million, or whatever. And you're thinking to yourself, man, if I could have only been this when it just got started, it would have been another deal for me. Yes, of course. And you know what? That's exactly where you're at right now. So listen to this. Let me give you the rest of this information. This is the man here that made a difference for me. His name is Alex Reynoso. He's actually the owner and founder of Vital Health. There's actually more, but you know what? This is the one that actually made it for me because he was calling me and calling me on the telephone and he was trying to introduce me to this opportunity, but I wasn't paying attention. You see, well, about 5 years ago, I got a very disturbing phone call from my sister, said, I'm coming over. I said, sure, come on down. So when my sister came, she sat with me in my living room and told me, you know what, David, I got to tell you something. I got cancer. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I said, well, don't worry about it. I'll take you to the doctor. We'll go there. We'll go do this. We'll take you to a clinic. We'll make sure that as fast as possible. She said, no, you're not listening to me. I got stage 4 cancer. You know, my whole life changed in an instant. And I know for some of you that are there, you probably understand what I'm talking about when you hear some news, and then from that moment forward, your life is never the same. That's what happened to me. You know, I actually then told her, I choose to help you and I choose to take care of you. You know, I'm number 10. She is number 8. So, you know, we're the smallest ones in the family. And you know what? I started to take care of her. I started to do many things for her, taking her to the doctor, and I was learning so much information regarding this issue. You know, I learned a lot about the illness. I learned a lot about how to take care of our bodies. I learned a lot about how the body functions and what it is that we can do to actually create a actual environment where, you know, the body actually thrives, you know, instead of having all the bacteria and different organisms that are bad for us, you know, for them to thrive. You know, I asked so many questions. Sometimes when I would go to the doctor with my sister, they closed the door right behind her because they didn't want me to come in. You know, I would ask them, you know, why are you doing this to her? Why are you giving her that? Why? And they said, you know, this guy has too many questions. But, you know, I have to because that was my sister. And I tell you all this information because I became really close and fond of the fact that we need to take care of ourselves and take care of each other. Now, my sister passed away about a year ago, and I started looking for a business. I started looking for something to do. And as I was looking, I went to several different companies and I went to see what they're all about. And you know, sometimes you see a company and the product is not right, or maybe the pay plan is not right, or maybe just, you know, the whole company isn't right. You know, that happened to me. You know, I went to 5 different companies. I was flown there and I was able to be seeing things, you know, from a bird's eye, really up close, you know, and just get to check it all out. And I said no to several things. You know, I really passed up on several things because my responsibility is great. As I mentioned to you, my wife and I, we had a really good income. We had over, I would say, 237,000 people in the United States in the company that we were working at previously. Our income was huge, and that responsibility doesn't come alone. It comes with a lot of people that are really depending on you to actually select the correct thing. That is why I went to see the companies. I wanted to know exactly what's going on. So I went to see this company. But before I did that, I called Alex and I said, listen, I want you to tell me a little bit about this company. And I said, I know you work there. Can you tell me more information about it? And he said, David, I don't just work here. I'm the owner of the company. I said, oh my God. Okay. So as we started talking, Alex started showing me all there is about this company, and I just began to fall in love with it. He says, you know, my wife's father got very sick with cancer, and her mom called this doctor who actually is the one that helped him for a year and a half. He's an older man, he's elderly in his 70s, but this doctor, his name is Antonio Rodriguez, was able to give him a year and a half more of life. And that is something special. Unless you've been in the situation, you'll never know what, you know, that means. But if you've been there before, you know what I'm talking about because I lived through it with my sister. You know, every year was great for us to celebrate her birthday because you never know what's going to happen. This doctor, Dr. Tony, gave Alex's wife hope, and he gave him a year and a half more of life. So one day, the dad invites Dr. Tony over to the house, and he thanks him very much for keeping him alive for a year and a half. And but he also said, you know, thanks to you, I was able to put all my affairs in order. I was able to give all my daughters everything I'm supposed to, and they're going to take care of my wife if anything happens to me. So thank you for keeping me alive all this time. A half an hour later, the man passed away. So throughout that whole week, they actually were doing all the funeral home services and things like that. Well, Alex asked Dr. Tony, "What are you going to do with your products?" Because he noticed that Dr. Tony's products were superior, powerful, and really did what they were supposed to do in people's body. And then, Dr. Tony said, well, I'm basically going to just sell these in small pharmacies and create some nutritional pharmacies all over the country. He says, don't do that. Let me help you formulate, fabricate these products for you. You see, Alex has owned for the past 10 years his own laboratories where he produces products for several different companies. And he actually has buildings and machines in 5 different locations throughout, where he's at in Hermosillo, Mexico, where they actually produce products for other companies. So when he asked Dr. Tony, he said, let us produce for you all your products and how you make them with your formulas of how you mix the products, and let us work on that. And then as they did that, they said, okay, of course, let's do that, but we need some money. And that's where these two gentlemen come in. Alberto Beretta and Gustavo Beretta, both of these guys are brothers. They're actually a very well-known, wealthy family of Mexico, Hermosillo. They actually were involved in a company called Cayani, and they were actually top leaders there. They were Blue Diamond in Cayani, and they said yes. They said yes, we'll fund the company and we'll become, partners with you guys as we move forward. And that's how the company got started. That's basically the whole gamut of how this whole thing got started. Alex Reynoso used to work also in network marketing. This is where he made his money. And after he made his money, every time, instead of spending it, he actually bought buildings and he bought machines, and he created a formulation company that formulated products for many different other companies. And he's actually the owner of that. Dr. Tony has also worked in the network marketing industry. And his forte is, while going to college, he was working selling pots and pans, putting himself through college. And then after that, he was also in Cayani for a while, which is where he met these two fine gentlemen. And then they established Vital Health back in February 22 of 2022. They started this company. It was founded in Mexico. And then ever since, the company has been registered with the FDA, with COFEPRIS, which is actually a Mexico FDA, and the GMP. They have all the certifications necessary to exist all over the world. They actually have the latest trends in marketing, such as influencer marketing, e-commerce, network marketing, all that stuff. And of course, a solid corporate team. They have over 400 employees right now working for the company. And of course, a heavy presence in Mexico, the USA, and now Canada. So we're going to get started in Canada as fast as possible. But I got to tell you this. When I talked to Alex, he invited me to Mexico, and he actually asked me to come over and see the whole operation because he knew how important it was for me to actually visit the location and look at all the buildings, look at all the machines. I said to him, I want to talk to the accountants. I want to talk to the people that make the product. I want to talk to your associates. I want to talk to everybody that works there. I want to know this is real, Alex, because when I come back to the United States, I want to bring this in a very, very strong way. And he says, okay. So I went there and they opened up all the doors to me. And I got to see everything from the inside out. And you know what? I fell in love with the company. I fell in love with the concept, and I fell in love with what they're doing with their products for the people. As a matter of fact, all the products that they have are made in nanotechnology form, meaning to say, Dr. Tony, he orders all the raw material in the most minute, smallest particle, nanotechnology, but with the herbs that he mixes when they put them into the capsules, with all the herbs that he requires to actually give that person an improved health and nourish them to health. That's basically what the company does. They don't cure and they don't heal anybody. They nourish people back to health. Now, as I spoke to Dr. Tony, and I also have to tell you this, which is actually something very moving for me, I told him about my sister, and he said, David, that's the reason why I'm here. He said, my mom died when I was 17 years old. He said, my mom, she suffered from arthritis. She was 5'1" and she died about 1 foot less because her body started to crumple up. And he says, I couldn't do anything about it. He says, when I turned 19, my father passed away. He says they first cut off his toe, then they cut off his foot, then they cut off his leg, and then they cut off his 2 left fingers. And when they cut off his fingers, he passed away. He says, I saw my mother die. I saw my father die. I was 19 years old. And Dr. Tony said, I said to myself, I'm going to become a doctor and I want to make sure nobody has to die from these illnesses. And that's exactly what he did. Later on in life, he tells his story. He actually became, what he wanted to become, which is a medical doctor, but also a specialist in herbs. So he went to the South. He went to the deep South and started studying all there is to know about herbs and different herbs that you can mix to actually have the body heal itself. And in Mexico, there's a lot of jungles, there's a lot of Indians and people that do not use, the regular medical traditions. They actually have people that mix herbs and cure people. I mean, I hate to say that, but here in America, we can't even use these words. But in Mexico, they do use these words. And I'm going to tell you what they told me. A lot of these people over there, they mix all the herbs necessary to have the body nourish itself back to health. And it's an amazing thing. And he says, we now have found the key in the mixing of the different herbs that we use to bring the body back to a state in which it is healthier. And that really moved me, because as he was saying all these things, it touched my heart knowing that if only my sister would be around right now and she could take these products, she could still be here with me. And you know what? That's why I joined the company. I joined the mission. The mission is to help people with health and wellness, but more, first of all, with wellness, physical wellness, making sure your body's taken care of, the temple, making sure the temple is running correctly, just as the Bible says. The company is awesome also because they do different kinds of marketing, not just network marketing, which is number 5 on the list, but they do affiliate marketing. They do influencer marketing. And this is brand new. Influencer marketing is not something you hear about in any other companies. This is the only company that I know that has established and created an influencer marketing segment that actually pays people really well for actually marketing a product online as an influencer. Most influencers get paid very well because they have access to so many people, and the company is actually thriving because of that. They also have retail marketing, regular retail marketing, which we do all the time. So a lot of our cultures, and that's why I love the Haitian community, is because we're all very similar. A Haitian is just a darker shade of a Mexican or a darker shade of a Latino. Even the family culture, and how you guys are, the whole tight knit family culture is just amazing to me. That it's just like us. And it's so cool to know. And a lot of the people there do exactly what we do. They buy stuff and then they resell it. Retail marketing, it works all the time. And you know what? When you make money like that, it really makes a difference. And I got to tell you, when I was growing up, my mom brought us here in 1970. She first started working as a seamstress, and then she started working for a high school as a person serving food in the cafeteria. But on the side, my mom did a company called Shackley. Then she did another company called Stanley, which is soap products. And then she ended up in a company called Prince's House. And guess who got to help her all the time? That's right, me. I got to help her with all the boxes, and I was taking, all these boxes to all these houses and doing demonstrations. And I love the marketing that she did. She was always doing retail marketing. She was buying things and selling them and making money. And there's 10 kids. My mom never remarried, and that's how she raised us. So these are business models of the past, but the influencer marketing is the business model of today. Also, online marketing. Online marketing is a business model of today. If you know young people that actually are involved in influencer marketing or online marketing, please bring them to us. Please let them know what we're up to, because this is going to be one of those things that if you were here in the beginning, you will be telling the story of you making thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in the near future after having heard all this and then seeing the results on the product and the people that actually buy them. You're going to have so much repeat business. It is incredible. And that's why I like to stress that this company is one of the most powerful models there is right now in the country. And everybody's about to get to know all about it, because we're going to be continuously talking about this. Because, just like taxis went by the wayside and now you guys call it Uber. Just like, people went to Blockbuster and now you go to Netflix, or people go to a Holiday Inn and now they get an Airbnb or Sears, and you go buy now at Amazon's. All the Sears are gone. The same thing is happening with this company. The model that they have is going to bring forth to a lot of people options that they never had before, because this is actually health and wellness through natural products, all herbs that really do the work that's supposed to be done in the body, and they nourish people back to health, and people just love that. Now, why do we do this? Well, very simple. We consume these products for a very simple reason. A study was done by the World Health Organization whereby in 1998, it showed that 8 out of 10 people in industrialized countries are dying from preventable diseases. That's right. They're not dying because something happened to them, like a car accident, or maybe, they got randomly shot by a stray bullet. No, they're dying from some preventable disease, something that you could have, taken care of just by having some prevention worked into your life. 63%. That means that 63% of the deaths that are out there could have been prevented by you taking care of yourself in a very specific way. Guys, please pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm 60 years old. My sister is only 2 years older than me, and she just passed away. She didn't have to, but because her health wasn't up to par, she got what she got. But unfortunately, what I'm saying is, if she would have actually minded her health and took some supplements in a way in which she would have actually moved her body in a different direction, she would probably still be with us right now. Especially with you hear what I'm about to tell you with regards to what these products do. This is amazing. Many years ago, you go to a funeral and you ask who's in the casket, and it was always somebody that's over 70, over 90, lady so and so or Mr. So and so. Now you go to the funeral, you ask who's in the casket. It's a very young person, 25, 30, 35, 40 years old. It's like, why are young people dying? And it's something that we have to question. But there's a solution, right? There's a solution, and that's the company that we're talking about. This is another issue, and the reason why that first slide is very true. So back in 1980 and before, if you ate one orange, you got all the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that your body ever needed. Back in 1980 and before. But after 1980, everything started degrading. Why? Because the soil is being used continuously, month after month after month, and the soil is being replanted, and there all these toxins and different kind of pesticides are being fed into the soil, whereby it's reducing the nutrients that are in the food that it produces. That's an amazing statement, guys. This is really true. As a matter of fact, they say that if you ate one orange back in 1980 and you got all the nutrients you needed and vitamins and minerals, you'd have to eat about 8 oranges today. But if you ate the 8 oranges, guess what would happen? You'll probably end up with diabetes because that's too much sugar for the body. So, we're really at a quandary here. It's time for us to wake up. There is an actual situation happening. There's a problem going on. A lot of us are asleep at the wheel. We're not noticing that even the foods that we eat are making us sick. I'm glad for this man that just came into the office, Mr. Kennedy, who's going to be heading off the health department, in the government, because he said that in America, there's about 10,000 allowable different kind of chemicals that are bad for us for them to add to the food as preservatives. That's a lot. In Europe, they only allow 400. In Canada, they only allow like 700. Why does the US allow thousands of things to be added to our food? We have to really wake up and start noticing what's going on around us, because if you're not dying right away, you're going to have a very, very low quality life, being sick from many different things. I'm not exactly sure what brought you to this call. Maybe somebody talked to you about the health part, but listen to me. If you're not feeling well, we have to analyze these things that I'm talking about. Nutrition is very important. The same thing happens with the tomatoes, with the apples, with all the vegetables that we eat, with the carrots. If they're low in nutrition and yet you're eating them, then something is going on. So you have to supplement your body with something, and that's really important. And that's why Vital Health was born. Vital Health was born to actually produce for us nanotechnology products from the herbs that Dr. Tony is selecting to mix, right? And into each one of the capsules, the different herbs to actually take care of different areas of the body. And I love the fact that the doctor has created a system in which he has different things for different people that have different situations. Before in the past, we were involved in a company where we just sold one thing, and we thought that one thing could do everything. Well, that's not true. That never has been true. We kind of wanted to believe that, but it's not. It's been proven. And by the way, my sister passed away, so I know it's not true. And the thing is this, guys, I'm not knocking any company. All I'm saying is the doctor has created a system in which there's many different products that you can actually take that give you the right amount of backup for your body so that you can be healthy. As a matter of fact, the way that the product works and the way that the system works is very simple, and I'm going to be explaining the whole thing to you in a minute. But I want you to know that as Dr. Tony went to Mexico in the deep south areas where all the jungles are and met with a lot of these shaman and people that showed him how to mix these herbs, he's been able to actually select and pick all the herbs that he needs in different formulas to actually help the body in many different ways for many different things that we're ailing from. And now today, creating this company, they actually are able to order the very same herbs in nanotechnology form. That means to say in the most small, minute particle, so that the people can actually take it. It'll penetrate the stomach, it'll go into the bloodstream, into the pancreas, the kidney, the liver, and it goes throughout the whole body. If you can imagine, a meter is the size of like a meter, right? But if you divide a meter into 10, that's a decimeter. If you divide a meter into 100, that's a centimeter. If you divide it into 1,000, that's a millimeter. If you divide it into a million parts, you divide a meter into a million parts, that's a micrometer. But when you divide a meter into a billion parts, very little tiny particles, that's called a nanometer. That's nanotechnology. That's what the company is producing. They're producing a nanotechnology on all the different products, meaning to say they actually get an extract and then they make it into the smallest minute particle and they mix the different herbs that go into the body and do the work. So you take the pill, it goes into your stomach, it penetrates the walls of your stomach, then it goes into your pancreas, your liver, and your kidney. It delivers itself through your blood, through whatever organ it's needed. And that's what makes it an adaptogen, because it adapts and it brings the nutrients that adapt their functionality to the body where it needs it. But you know what? What I just explained is very expensive. What I just said, is one of the most expensive, priciest things you'll ever see. But this company doesn't charge that much. It's actually doing it at very affordable prices. And I got to tell you why. This is why people tell me, Dave, your presentation takes a little long. But you know what, though? If I don't tell you these things, you're actually going to wonder a lot about different things that I don't talk about. But I got to say this. The reason why is because the company has affordable prices with world-class ingredients and world-class technology. All of the machines, all of the buildings, everything is approved by the FDA. All of the machines are gigantic. They're purchased from special places in Europe and Asia. And when they're brought to Mexico, they're able to produce millions and millions of dollars in production of different kinds of products. Now, why does it cost so low? Well, it costs very low because it's Mexico. The workforce in Mexico is not as pricey as the United States. So here's one thing that my friend Alex asked me. He said, David, I'm going to tell you that I'm paying about $250,000 a month in salaries to our employees. And this is about, exactly 4 months ago. He said, David, how many people would you pay in the United States, professionals that work for you in laboratories? How many people would you pay in the United States with that kind of money? So I actually did my math, right? I said, well, they're college graduates, university graduates, they have a degree, maybe two, they have a master's degree. Well, they're probably going to make about $10,000 a month. So maybe you got about 25 people with $250,000. He says, David, I pay over 350 people. This is, like I said, 4 months ago. Over 350 people are paid $250,000 a month. He says, our overhead is low because we're talking Mexico salaries, number one. Number two, we own everything. We own the buildings, we own the machines, we own, all the raw material and all the product is in our stores. We don't have any debt, he says, so we're able to pass on all the savings to all the people that purchase our products. And that's why we're able to charge only $25 for a 1 month supply of each one of the packs that we sell. I said, oh my God, $25. That's an amazing price, because you and I have always been in different companies where they're selling things for $60, $70, $80, $90, $100 plus. And then we're expected to go out and resell it for more. This company's keeping the price so low because of what is happening with them. They're able to actually pass on all the savings to us. He says, not just that, David, we're also able to give you guys a low price on the products, but pay the highest amount possible in America today as a network marketing company, whereby we're creating millionaires already here in Mexico. And it hasn't even started yet. And that's what he told me 4 months ago. It hasn't even started yet in the United States. And I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. This is going to be an amazing deal. I said, I got to do this. I got to bring this back to the US. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm showing you guys exactly what I saw. And I want you to see that, they actually have all the different certifications that a company would need to work with, the entire world. First of all, non-GMO, everything is lab tested, and they don't use any animals or not dying to test any of these products. Everything is all natural, 100% organic, and it comes in extract form, but in a pulverized manner, so in the form of nanotechnology. Now, everything is approved in the company by the FDA. As I said, the buildings are approved. I was there when they left. They go there and they approve all the different clean rooms that people go into. You got to mask yourself, and it's a show getting in there. It's kind of cool. But anyway, FDA approved, and then also COFEPRIS is like the Mexico FDA. FDA takes care of the United States. COFEPRIS takes care of Mexico. Those two certifications work well. And if you have COFEPRIS Mexico with the certificate of resale, you can go into Central and South America as well using the COFEPRIS seal of approval. And of course, the GMP, which is called the Good Manufacturing Practice Seal, that one basically takes you all over Europe and all over the world. So they're pretty complete. They're ready to grow all over the world as far as I'm concerned. They might have to get recertified with a few countries, but other than that, we're ready to go. Now, I want to make this disclosure really quickly because I want you guys to know that this is not something that we're actually stressing to you guys that, somebody's going to be cured tomorrow. Vital Health has products that are designed to support the body in its natural functions to promote an overall wellness in creating a balance and a healthy environment within your body. However, this is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure, or prevent any disease. All we do is we nourish the body back to health. You see, if you give the body the proper nutrition, the body is going to heal itself. And it's still true today, and it's always been true. The first thing that you do within the system that the doctor has created is actually detoxify. Okay, so we detoxify the body. And how do we detoxify the body? Very simple. We take something called a tea detox. This tea detox does all the magic. As a matter of fact, the tea is taken along with the V-Organix, which is for the liver, and the Vitarin, the red one here, which is for the kidneys, and then the Balance, which is for the pancreas. So imagine this. You're taking a tea detox along with 3 other items that are going to help your liver, your kidney, and your pancreas, and it's going to detoxify them at the same time as you detox your stomach, your large intestine, small intestine. It's an amazing thing. Dr. Tony said, David, if you detoxify your body properly, you get rid of 60% of the illness in your body. I said, you got to be kidding me. He says, yeah. He says, this is a true statement. He says, people don't detoxify their body ever. So I want to ask you this question. How many of you drive a car? And I've been saying this now for a couple of weeks, or actually I'm having fun with this because it's true. Because when it hit me, I was like, oh my God, this can't be real. How many of you have a car? Well, probably most of you on this call have a car. But then the second question becomes, how often do you take that car to change the oil? And then some people would say every 3 months. Another gentleman raised his hand one day and said, oh, we got to take it every 3,000 miles or 5,000 miles. And then another lady said, yeah, I don't do it. My husband does it, but he goes very often. You have to change the oil on your car, right? And then how often do you turn the tires or switch the tires or whatever that's called? That's probably once a year. How often do you do a tune-up? In some cases, once a year. If it's an older car, maybe a little more often. So here's the question to all of you. Why do we take care of the car like that and not the body? Ask yourself, when's the last time you detoxified your body? And if the answer is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if the answer for some people like me is, I have never detoxified my body, then we need to seriously look at ourselves, okay? Take a look at how the machine is doing, because this is the machine. You think this is you, this is not you. You are in here. You're this huge ball of light. I mean, you're all energy. You're occupying this body, right? And in your occupation of the body, you have to keep it in good health, in good shape. So detoxifying the body helps you bring the body back to a state in which it's actually cleansed and it's gotten rid of a lot of bacteria, toxins, and many things that were lingering in there for many years that you don't want to know. They were there, but you know what? Hopefully they're gone now. And those are the things that are making us ill. So this system works perfectly. When Dr. Tony explained this to me, I thought, man, this guy, he got it. He got it right. He got it right because it's not that hard. You boil a gallon of hot water overnight. And once you do that, you put the tea bag in there and you let it sit for 7 hours. The next morning, you add a quarter gallon water, or you add maybe a half a gallon, depending on how strong you want it. And you drink that tea the whole week or for 2 weeks, right? As the regular water that you would consume every single day. And that's it. Now, every meal, You eat correctly, you eat naturally, you eat normally. You don't eat different, it's regular, whatever you always eat, just don't eat too much. And before every meal, you take one of each of these. You take a Organex, a Vitarin, and a Balance. The Balance is for the pancreas, the Vitarin is for the kidneys, and the Organex is for the liver. That's it. And you watch your body do the work. You're going to see some things come out that you haven't seen ever. You're going to be like, oh my God. But you know what, though? Once you're done, you feel so great. And by the way, once you're done with those 2 weeks, you continue taking these capsules because the Organex is for the liver, and having a fatty liver is not a good thing. Actually, a fatty liver is probably the cause of many of the illnesses that we have today. When you take the Balance every single day, it helps your kidney work properly. I'm sorry, your pancreas work properly. So it produces all the secretions necessary for you to break down the foods, right? It actually what helps your body, break down the foods. And when your pancreas is working properly, you don't have to have these spikes of blood sugar. And then the Vitamin helps your kidneys in a very lovely way. It helps your kidneys, be that filter that it's supposed to be. Then you restore your body. You restore it with the different kinds of products that the doctor has put together for different areas. For instance, we have the V Control. The V Control is similar to the T. A lot of people look for V Control. V Control is going to be sold more and more often now because it has one of the highest ratings of success in many people that are looking to lose weight. The V Control helps you produce weight loss like you have no clue. It has a little bit of the appetite suppressant in there, but it also does kind of what the T does to continue to detoxify and continue to cleanse your system. And as you do that naturally, because it's a natural process with these herbs, you feel so good, right? You feel lighter, you feel stronger, and then you're able to do more things that you want to do to actually maintain your health, like do exercise, run, go to the gym, things like that. Vitadol is a very good product for pain, right? But Vitadol is also a very good product for people that have different issues such as fibromyalgia, or people that have lupus, and they have this chronic pain or sense and feeling of, just something weighing them down, right? This gets rid of that. It really helps a lot. It helps the nervous system and it helps get rid of pain in the body, right? The knees, the joints, things like that. The glutathione, that's the one in the red on the bottom. It's actually the precursor to the white blood cell. Glutathione helps the body produce white blood cells. Your body produces white blood cells every single day, but if you have glutathione in your body, you produce a whole lot more. The company has a glutathione that is terrific. It is an amazing glutathione. It is highly rated. As a matter of fact, a lot of people love it, and it is at a very low cost. As a matter of fact, this particular glutathione, is I think probably at half or less than half the price of most glutathiones of a lot of companies that are out there. Someone once saw me talking about this and said, "How much is it?" And when I told him the price, he said, "Oh my God, I buy it for way over $100. I would buy it anywhere." I said, "Yeah, well, we have it at maybe even less than half of what you just said." So it's an amazing product. Then there's Vasculex. Vasculex is actually for your bloodstream, right? For your blood system, for your circulatory system. I take this one a lot and I take the glutathione because the Vasculex helps me. I have an issue with my left ventricle, and I always take Vasculex because it helps my blood circulate faster, stronger, and better in my body. A lot of ladies like the Vasculex because it gets rid of the varicose veins in the legs. It helps your blood circulation, so it helps a lot help all the different veins in the body heal themselves. Now also Vasculex is good for many issues that have to do with blood and inflammation of the ventricle system. So people that have inflammation such as the hemorrhoids, if you take the Vasculex, you probably get rid of that problem within a couple of days. I've known of some people that told me that it went away pretty quickly, and basically we know that it works tremendously in that area. Also the omega is made with real omega, with real salmon oil, salmon fish, right? The salmon is what the omega should be made from. There's companies that make omega out there with different fish, and some companies are even trying to make omega from some shellfish. That's not supposed to be done that way. But the real omega comes from salmon, and this company has it. It is very powerful, very strong, and it doesn't give you that oily, fishy taste. It's very good. As a matter of fact, it's very good for the body. So you got to get that. As I'm talking about this, I'm remembering the very first day I went to see the company in Mexico, and I was talking to the Dr. Tony, and he was explaining to me that the omega produces something in Spanish called tricotinoides. It's tricotinoids. It's like an organism that's in your body that has a little hook. It looks like a tail, but it's like a hook. And all the free radicals in your body as they're roaming around, and these are the cells that are not wanted anywhere, by the way. A lot of people that have cancer have a lot of free radicals, and my sister was always tested for it. That's why when I heard what he said, I was like, wow, if my sister would have taken that, it would have helped her because they were always testing to see how her free radical count was versus her white blood cells. So Dr. Tony says when you take the omega, the tricotinoids, they go into they're in the body. They start searching for, the free radicals. They hook them and they kill them. And then if you have glutathione, you overproduce or you produce a lot of white blood cells. So the white blood cells, when they're high, they actually are the ones that do the work are out there to kill all these free radicals. So imagine I was sitting there thinking about my sister throughout the whole conversation, wondering if she would only be alive, she can take these products, if you know what I mean. I felt sad, emotional, touched, moved, and inspired by the whole situation. And then I said to myself, I want to join this opportunity and I want to join the mission. I want to join the mission of bringing health and wellness to as many people as possible so that they can take a supplement that is so low cost. I mean, most of these products you see here are $25. 25. I mean, that's not a lot to speak of. Sometimes you pay $25 on one meal. I mean, I've seen people, even my own kids, order from these places like Uber Eats, and they spent $27, $28, and it's just for them, right? So believe me, this company is doing it right. They know exactly what to do and basically pricing things correctly so that everybody can take the products. The Vitale is really powerful and strong. It's very good for people that have issues with nervousness and different kinds of problems with the nervous system, or they can't sleep. People that are always hypertense, they're always like upset and tense. Vitali relaxes your body. It does a really good job at that, right? And if you take at least 2 or 3 of those at night, you'll have one of the most profound sleeps that you have ever had in a long time. It's an amazing thing. You add an omega to that. Oh my God. I mean, you'll wake up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, refreshed. Believe me, it's amazing. And the last one here is called the Fortiflora. The Fortiflora has what's called activated carbon in it. And the activated carbon does the work of actually sucking up everything that's in the stomach. So on one of those days when you have that upset stomach with a lot of gas or you feel very acidic, you know what? Take a couple of Fortiflora. In about 20 minutes, you're going to feel yourself a whole lot better because it sucks up all of that that's in there, right? The activated carbon goes to work and then you evacuate everything that's there. Not just that, but there's some people that have issues with their stomach. And, I got to say that's one of the biggest problems in America today because most of the foods that we eat have so many things in it. They're bombarded with all these super additives, right, that are actually there to preserve the food. But in actuality, what they're doing is they're hurting the body and they're hurting the stomach. And a lot of us can't take it. Some of our stomachs are very sensitive. And if you're one of those people on this call, please talk to the person that invited you and ask them, can I try the Fortiflora? Just give me 2 or 3 to try it so I can take it home and then I'll let you know, because the reality is you got to try it. You got to try it. And once you try it, you're going to feel it yourself. I tell everybody, let the product speak to your body and then let your body tell you exactly how you feel about it, after you take it. I have had so many awesome testimonies of many different people that have called me 2 to 3 days later and say, you know what, thank you. Thank you because this is gone, that is gone, this is better, that is better. I don't feel this anymore. I feel that now. It really is satisfying to me. And I know that I've joined the proper mission because I'm here for the people. I'm here for everyone. As far as this is concerned, the company backs me up because the products work and everything that they say it does, it will do. And you're taking care of the temple, and we're actually meant to do that. Now, we also got to nourish the body. And this is really cool. They have different things to give you a higher class or higher quality amount of nutrition for the body. For instance, Vital Pro. Vital Pro is one of those things you don't want to live without. As a matter of fact, it's right beside me. Vital Pro is tremendous. Vital Pro is a shake. If you see all my stuff right there, Vital Pro is a shake that you can take that actually, works tremendously in the body. It has all the vitamins and minerals and proteins and everything that your body needs. If you add a banana to it, it could actually be a meal replacement, or an apple. But if you don't, that's okay. You know, you can just drink the Vital Pro and you're going to feel tremendously great throughout the day. I sometimes skip a meal. I take a Vital Pro. I take Vital Pro throughout the day. You know, I feel really good about it because I mix it with almond milk. I have a small refrigerator in my office. I put some almond milk in a bottle. I shake it. I drink my Vital Pro. It's really good. It tastes well. As a matter of fact, all of our products have a flavoring, and none of our products use sugar. Everything that the company has done is through herbs, you know. And one of the things that happened to me is I met the actual chemist that works at the company. She's a young lady, and I say young because, you know, I'm 60. She was about 31, 32. She has two master's degree, and she's working on a third one. And this young lady, what she does is she makes sure that all the mixings are done properly. And she said, you know, I have discovered that there's two different stevias that we can use, stevia plants. These are plants that when you mix them, they give you the taste of sugar. If you just use one, you'll have an aftertaste later. But if you use that second one, that blend is perfect. And everything you see here tastes really good, and there's no sugar in it, you know, so it's pretty amazing. The next one is called the V collagen. The V collagen is amazing. Actually, people love the V collagen. The V collagen has real bone broth. Okay. There is some collagen out there that's made that's not bone broth. Actually, it's some collagen out there that's made with something called chicken broth. You know, they use chicken bones. It's not supposed to be done that way. Let me just put it that way. You know, I'm not talking bad about any other company. It's just not supposed to be. It's supposed to be with bovine bone broth. Bovine means either a cow or a bull. And, you know, when you have that quality all the time being produced the same way, you're just amazed because you know what? It is an expensive thing to do, but the company does it at such an affordable price. You'll have one of the best collagens ever. And you know, the collagen is good for men just as well as it is for women. As you will see later throughout this day, we also have a machine that tests people in their body, and there's a section there that shows you how your collagen is doing. I did not know we have collagen everywhere. We've got collagen in our hair. We've got collagen in our eyes. We've got collagen. I mean, I can just go on and on and on where the collagen resides. So if you're a man thinking, oh, collagen is for women, no, sirree. I mean, there's a lot of men that need collagen because there's some sections of the body that are actually low on it. And you really need to have collagen. So everybody needs to drink this. Actually, I carry it around all the time in a little bag, and I put it in, you know, a water bottle. I shake it and I drink my collagen. I drink it like a Kool-Aid or like a juice. You know, instead of buying a soda or a juice, I just mix some collagen. I put a lot of, you know, water bottles in the refrigerator, you know, and I drink my collagen. You know, the collagen is best made with a little bit of, you know, water that's lukewarm or you know, just regular water. But you know what? It tastes amazing. In women, it produces a lot of estrogen, right? And in men, it produces the male hormones. So we all have hormones. It just so happens that women have estrogen, men have, you know, other hormones. So we produce all that taking the collagen. Now, there's also one called V Energy. The V Energy is amazing. I love the V Energy. I love the way it tastes. It's one of my favorite ones. It tastes like mango. Now, I take this, you know, most of the time when I'm doing some kind of strenuous exercise or when I'm actually walking around or, you know, pretty much during the afternoon. It gives you energy. The V Energy has a mango taste. It tastes really good. And it replaces what you would call like a monster or, you know, one of those, the ones that give you wings, right? Those drinks are a little bit dangerous. You know, there's some people that we know that have had heart attacks after they've taken two or three of those drinks. So we suggest take the V Energy. You know, the V Energy is going to help you tremendously, give you the same amount of vital energy where you feel energetic, but it's a vital energy. You feel really good, right? And you're awake and alert. That's what you really want, is to be awake and alert. And that's what it produces. And it works very well, but it tastes really good as well. And then, of course, we have our nitro. Okay, the nitro is tremendous. I love this nitro. The nitro is a dropper. You put it in your mouth, right? And you put it under your tongue, and then you wait 5 seconds, and then you swallow it. But in those 5 seconds, it's sublingually, it's already entered into your system, and it goes all over your body. And what it does is it actually opens up your blood veins. You know, all your ventricles get opened up. This is the only product that we have that has won what's called a Nobel Prize. The Nobel Prize was actually won for this product back in 1994 by a gentleman whom, after winning the Nobel Prize, he actually wrote a book called No More Heart Attacks. You can actually Google that. The book is called No More Heart Attacks. Why? Because that discovery he had actually showed all the scientists that Nitric oxide gas actually makes the veins completely engorge and enlarge so that a lot of blood rushes through the body. And it helps people that are propense, people that might have a heart attack. And that's why he wrote the book. As a matter of fact, there's so many benefits to this. It is incredible. It's also a precursor to something called L-arginine, which is actually produced in the body as well. And the L-arginine is the actual ingredient that's put into the Viagra, right? So for men, it helps a lot of men a lot with the ED, right? And ED is one of those things that's very popular going around right now. And guys, let me tell you, it's only popular because of the foods that we're already eating, the things we're already consuming, which are actually killing the effect in our body so that we respond differently now when we're with our mate, whether it's our wife, and we're just not responding the way we should. And it's a serious problem, okay? And it is a serious problem everywhere, and I was talking about this with some pastors, and I got to tell you, that we've discovered that a lot of our churches are having issues. People are getting divorced. They're not seeing each other the way they used to when they were younger. Something is happening, and it has to do with our health. It has to do with what we're consuming. But if you have a product that can help you, you know produce more blood and actually open up your blood veins and have more blood rush through it, why not? Why not? As a matter of fact, it's like driving in a freeway and a 4-lane highway, and you have rush hour traffic. But what if you were able to put 25 lanes in there, and then the traffic would run much faster? That's what happens inside the body when you take nitro. It's an amazing product. It actually works really fast, right? And people love it. As a matter of fact, a lot of people that I've talked to, they swear by it. It's one of those products that actually really works, and it helps everybody, right? I can't speak enough about nitro. I mean, you just have to try it. We also have the Awaken line, which is pretty awesome. We have the Thermal Cafe. I love coffee. I was raised on coffee. I'm from Ecuador, South America. We drink coffee there at a very early age. They gave us coffee and milk in our bottle, right? I mean, we've always we drank coffee since we were little, ever since we're like 5 or 6 years old. So coffee is in our blood, but we're able to also distinguish the taste, right? And as a coffee drinker, we know what's close to gourmet and what's just really not, right? So all these products here are gourmet tasting, and they're awesome. They taste really good. The Thermal Cafe actually produces, what's called thermogenesis inside of your body. So inside, you're going to heat up, and it's going to create this thermal effect where it's going to burn fat from within. It'll start at all the level of your organs, and then it's going to start outward, right? You're going to feel that you're sweating. So I tell people, if you're in the house and you're doing, some vacuuming, or you're cleaning the house, or you're washing dishes, drink a Thermal Cafe, and you're going to see the effect. You're going to see yourself sweating. You're going to be burning calories while you're actually doing that. Also, the Neuro Cafe. The Neuro Cafe is pretty awesome. The Neuro Cafe is good for the brain, right? It has properties in it which are help the brain tremendously and the body. It has Ganoderma and ginseng, but it also has a really high quality coffee. And I think a lot of people that try it, they actually fall in love with it right away, right? And we also have something called the Love Cafe. The Love Cafe is just that, okay? It's a love cafe. It produces, a libido enhancing effect in the body. It has Tonkat Ali. It also has L-arginine. It also has a few other elements that are going to surprise you, shilajit, and a few other things like the maca root from Peru, which actually produce in the body an effect of a libido enhancing. So if you're, with your boyfriend, husband, whatever, you could give them the Love Cafe, or you can both take it. It works the same on men and women, right? And it has that effect, but it's on demand. Okay, it's not uncontrolled. It's on demand whenever that feeling is there. Basically, that's all I can say about it, which is actually pretty cool. It's actually a good thing, right? That it's on demand. And by the way, it works much better on women than it does on men in the respect of the hormones and also the reproductive organs. I have had now my third testimony of another lady who's telling me that she has now become regular in her menstrual cycle after taking the Love Cafe. And the very first one that I got, as far as a testimony is concerned, is from a good friend of ours that's on this call right now. That is from someone that he knows is near and dear to him up in Orlando, right? And now I'm just ran across the third one, and it's amazing to know that for some women suffering from that, right, where the period is just not coming, the period is just not there. All of a sudden they drink this coffee and now they're regular, right, every single month. It's pretty amazing to know that that's what the product does. So me, as a person that's actually offering this product, I'm feeling pretty proud, pretty proud of the fact that I know it works, and it works on a lot of people, and it works the way it's supposed to. And the response is pretty quick. It's not like you have to wait 2 3 months. I mean, it's sometimes a day, sometimes two, and in a few cases like hours or minutes. Like for the pain, I've seen it where it's in a half an hour. We have other products that are for the nose and the people that suffer from sinusitis, and they're always drippy with the nose. So I've seen the effect on those, about 20 minutes. So it's amazing for me to know that all these products are just like producing a lot of testimonies right away. So I know it's not going to let you down. I know you're going to have a really good time offering this to people that you know, and it's at a very low cost. And there's nothing to lose other than just taking a different product. That's all. Just change the label. You drink coffee, okay? Change the label. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Change the label. Drink this one instead of that one, and then tell me about it. Then tell me how you feel. So I'm very proud of all of our products. I really enjoy talking about this because it's making a difference in many people's lives. Along the way, we also have this machine that the company has uh, created and worked with scientists to actually produce a system where they analyze the body in 45 different areas. And this particular machine is called a quantum bioelectric analyzer. It's non-intrusive, non-invasive. Basically, you put it on your finger, right? And then it reads the blood in your finger, and it tells you how you're doing in 45 different areas of your body. Now, you got to get this, in your fingers, from your right hand to your left hand, it takes 2 minutes from the blood on this side of the body to run to this side of the body. But while it does that in 2 minutes, it has to go through all of the organs, the vital organs. So it's picking up a lot of information. And what this does is it has two leads in which it sends a signal or receives a signal, and it goes into a computer, and it tells the person how they're doing. And then it tells them whether they're high or low on these 45 different areas. That's all it does. It doesn't tell you that you're sick. It doesn't tell you you have this disease, that disease. It doesn't tell you anything. It just says you're high or low on different parts of your systems of different parts of your body. And that's good to know. That's very good to know, because you know what? I've gone to doctors myself where I've been sent to actual, small clinics where they do tests on me, and then they come back with the results and they tell the doctor, and the doctor's reading it, and he's like, and then, he basically doesn't tell me much other than, take this and call me tomorrow. But when you have this personal analyzer, you're able to see yourself where you're at high and low in different areas of your body. And I got to tell you, it's pretty close. It's actually 90 to 95% close to what a doctor would say when they send you to one of their places to do a scan. I just got to say it like that because that's actually, what I've noticed, right? I've talked to a lot of people that we've tested. I personally use it for myself. I call it a personal quantum analyzer. You can get one too for you, and you can personally actually analyze and test yourself, right? We're not telling people to go out there and start analyzing the world, although you can, right? People can borrow your machine and see how they're doing. But what it does, basically, it makes you conscious. And, I got to tell you this. I got to put it to you this way. It actually gives you access to know what may be or may not be high or low on different areas of your body. And imagine how valuable that information would be for you if you could do something about it, right? If you can start today working on something in your body that can be improved, and especially with these products that can help you get better throughout time. And by that, I mean, months, maybe 2 3 4 5 6 months. So imagine you now know something that you've been clueless about. I got to tell you, I've talked to a friend of mine who she does this now ever since she got her quantum analyzer. She does it every month. And that's really good because she gets to see the progress. And, the quantum analyzer looks like this, right? It tells you if it's green, it's okay, it's good. If it's yellow, right, it's not so good. If it's blue, it's still good because it's in the range of the middle. If it's red and it's in the extremes, then you might want to go to a doctor and see what's going on with you in that area. But in this particular case, if it's green or blue, you're fine. So what she told me, and this is actually pretty cool, she said, you know what? I want to make sure between now and a year from now that every month I test myself, I'm going to start working on those areas, and I want to make sure that everything is green and blue. I thought, wow, that's amazing. I mean, nobody has had this before. Nobody could know. What if you could know? It makes me want to cry. What if my sister would have known? And what if she would have known, right, that she was actually going this way when she should be going that way? Anyway, it's amazing to me to know that this company has even thought about this, right? And you can pick one up. The company sells them to anybody that wants it, but it's just a tool. It's not a part of the compensation plan, and it doesn't actually give you any points or anything like that. The only added value here is for you personally, so you can know exactly what's going on in your body. Anybody that wants to join the company can do it. Anybody can be a part of our organization and work with us, right? And be a part of our mission. For $29.99, there's an annual membership where you can actually join the company and get preferred pricing, right? Get the prices that we're talking about, $25 for each one of the 30-day supplies of different things. Some cost a little more. The coffees are 30, but each one of the coffees, they give you 50 servings. 50, that's a lot of servings, right? But anyway, $29.99, and you can actually start buying product, and when you do, you pick some up at 25, 25, 25, 25. But I always tell people, what if you did do that, right? And you just wanted to try some stuff. Well, you'd be doing a much better service to yourself if you buy a pack, because the packs actually come, with more product, right? And they start at a very low price, and, you can try things out, right? But if you really are interested and you really are looking for a business opportunity, and you like what you heard so far already about the product, right? I want to tell you, the company pays a lot of money. And the way the company pays is very simple, right? It pays similar to what other companies pay and how other companies do it. But in this particular case, I want you to know that there's a lot of different bonuses. So we're going to go over each and every one of them. For those of you that actually came here for an opportunity to get better health, I want you to know that what I just finished, to me, is very special and it's personal. Okay. And that's why I sound like I sound, because, I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible. And if you're one of those people, you're one of those persons that really want to get healthy and help yourself and help someone that talk to the person that invited you and tell them that you're interested in these products. Now, I also don't want to discount you on this part too, because you never know who can actually blow it out of the ballpark and really make a lot of money in this company. So please pay attention and listen to this. For those of you that are here to listen about the money, please grab a hold of something, because you're going to get something really powerful here. Right now, the company has something that's called a loyalty bonus. Now, the loyalty bonus is paid to everybody, right, that purchases a reorder every single month. You see, when you first come into the company, you purchase a pack, right? And the pack that you buy could be from any denomination, any amount, right? And then once you buy that pack, every month you need to maintain an active status of 50 points to 100 points. And if you do so every single month, you get rewarded for that. You get what's called a loyalty bonus. From 2 to 4 months, you get 10% discount on all the products that you buy after that. From 5 to 8 months, you get 20% discount on all the products you buy after that. From 9 months and beyond, you get 30% discount on all the products you buy after that. You get all these discounts in the company. And I wondered why so much. I asked the question, I said, why you guys give out so much product? They said, because we can. They said, David, we produce a lot of product in this company because we want to make sure that everybody on the field has a lot of product for them to use, for them to take to the different organizational meetings that they have, to give people to try, so that they can actually pass out during different meetings that they actually put together, and for them to use themselves. He says, you know what? We love people to have as much product as they need, so they always have supply, with them. And this is one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard as an answer, because how many of you are like me? We've worked in other companies before, and they're very scarce and skimpy. Some of these companies don't even give you what you need so that you can actually go out there and do the work that's necessary so that you can actually show people what you're talking about. And these people really worry about that. And that's why you see all this extra product being given to people in different bonuses. It is amazing. For instance, this next one is called the influencer bonus. The influencer bonus is tremendous. When you achieve 200 points in purchase, right, in a month, let's say you're doing a reorder or it's your first purchase, it doesn't matter, right? You qualify for what's called an influencer bonus. That means to say that you're going to enjoy 80% discount on all the products you buy on the next 200 points. And you can do that as a repeat over and over and over and over again. So let's say, for instance, this gentleman you see here, he's doing an influencer show. How many of you people know influencers? I know a few, and I got to tell you, I'm an old guy, right? I'm 60 years old. I haven't done influencer shows yet. I'm going to. Actually, I'm preparing myself. I bought a brand new computer. I'm going to start doing some of these shows myself. I'm going to. But you already know folks that are doing this for a living, right? As influencers, they do a show, they talk about a topic, and while they're doing the conversation, in the end, they actually talk to people and say, can you support my show and please buy these products? These products do XYZ. They work for you in this area and that area. Please support my channel and buy these products. Well, guess what? People go in, they log into the computer, and then they go into his link because he gives people the link, right? The company provides everybody a link, and then you can go in and buy. So as people are buying, they start buying here on the left side, at $25, they buy it for 50. The influencer gets it for 25, he makes $25, right? But then after the people start buying from him and he reaches 200 points, the computer sees that automatically the 200 points were reached. The price then drops to $5 because it's an 80% discount. $5 on each item to the influencer. And the person that's buying it keeps buying it at 50. So now he made $45. And then this will happen until he reaches 200 points at $5. And then it goes back again to the regular price at 25 until it reaches 200 points again. And then it goes down to $5. And then he makes a big difference of 45. So it just keeps happening and it's automatic and the computer does it. The company actually does the receiving of that information. They actually send out the product, they charge the shipping, they charge the taxes. The influencer didn't do anything but just give people the link. Amazing. And at the end of the week, he gets a check. This is a weekly bonus. Every end of the week, he gets a check of the differences in which they sold to the people that he invited to buy on his influencer show. Nobody has this bonus. I have not seen one company with this bonus. This bonus is killing it. When I was in Mexico and I went there to see this for the very first time, I was sitting next to a lady and I was talking to her and I didn't know who she was. Somebody told me she's an influencer. So she spoke Spanish. I started talking to her. I said, so you're always doing shows? She says, yes, I'm an influencer and I do shows on exercising. And I always talk to people about being healthy and doing different kinds of things at the gym. But I also sell this product. And I said, oh my God, that's pretty good. And I said, so how are you doing? I says, how much money are you making? She says, well, I'm doing between 20 and 25,000. And I thought, oh, that's pretty good. 25,000 pesos. She said, no, US dollars. And I said, what? She said, yes, I make about 20 to $25,000. I said, I can't believe this. I got to bring this to the United States. I got to bring this to my people. I mean, I sound like Moses here, right? But I mean, I really got to bring this to my people. They got to know about this. She was telling me she's making 25 grand, and every show she does, people go in there, and all she does is she gives her link so that people can go in there and purchase. That's it. Amazing. I love this bonus. I really do. Now, you don't have to be an influencer. You can actually go into your own back office every single month. And once you've purchased your regular monthly purchase, like I said, when you start, it's only 50 points. And then later on, they ask you to go up to 100 points. That 100 points is good all the way to the top position. But besides that purchase that you make every month, you go in there and you buy extra product, right? And then you begin to purchase things. And once you hit the 200 points on your back office, another back office opens up below you and it shows you everything at $5. The first time I saw that, I went crazy. I was like, $5, $5, $5. I was just selecting as much as possible because I thought it was going to go away, but it doesn't go away. Once you've reached the 200 points, then it stops. So I was like, oh my God, this is really cool. So we have a lot of people that come to our office because we have an office here in Covina, California. You're actually welcome to come here anytime you want. And the people come here and they say, can you show me how to do that influencer purchase? And man, they walk away so happy because they walked away with a lot of product. And that 40 points, the next set of 40 points, they buy it at $40. So imagine for $40, you get a whole bunch of products because they're all coming out at five, 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 five. Like the coffees, they come out at $6. The tea is $1.50 when you hit the influencer bonus. It's just so cool. It is so cool. I got to tell you, this is a very nice bonus. I love it when people are actually doing it because I watch their faces and they get so happy because they're like a kid in a candy store buying as much as they can. Anyway, that's a really cool bonus. Then we have a first order bonus. The first order bonus is also fun. Whenever people join the business, they actually join in with one of the packs in the company. As I was telling you earlier, you can actually buy, the membership and then purchase product on your own. But it's so much better if you get a pack, right? Like the packs start, the first one's called the bronze, the second one's called the silver, the third one's called the gold, the fourth one is called the platinum plus. Now that's the one that has the most benefits. You're gonna love the platinum plus. But the bronze pays you $45 when somebody buys the bronze pack. The silver pays you $67.50 when somebody below you buys the silver pack. The gold pack pays you $135, and the platinum plus pays you $270. So imagine you invite 10 people and they all get the platinum plus, and that happened in one day. So 10 people times 270, that's $2,700. I mean, that's not chump change. That's a lot of money. So there's a lot of folks making that kind of income in this company. This company is blowing it away. It's really like just, batting it out of the ballpark for all of us. There's also a percenter bonus. If you're a percenter, you can get 15% of the 45%. You get 15% of that as a percenter. So let's say, for instance, a person, is supposed to get 45, but they don't know how to percent. The person that's presenting can get 15% and then they get the 30. So, the person that gets the 30 will be at possibly $30, right? And you get $15. Basically, that's how that works. So it's amazing because, on a bronze pack, it's 200. So they separate 100 and 100. And on the 100, they pay 45%. And that goes to the person that invited that new person. But if you're the percenter, you get 15% of that, which is actually $15, which is really good, right? Now, the other 100 points goes to the binary bonus. The binary bonus is awesome. You have binary on the left and on the right. That's why it's called a binary. You could only place people on two positions or two locations. Below you, on your right or on your left, you place the people that you invite. And I love this system because let's say you have your first two people. The only place you can put someone else is below them. And the only place you can put someone else is below them. And the only place you can put someone else is below them. So everybody is assisted by everybody. So this is true teamwork. We all work together to achieve the same goal, which is actually to advance, not just in rank, but also in money-making opportunity. The binary bonus works for that. You get a binary bonus on the initial packs only. Now, I've been in other binaries where everything is paid in the binary. That is the initial packs, the monthly packs, and everything else is clumped up in there. And then when you get paid, every single time you get paid, you're getting paid just on everything in one simple binary. This company doesn't do that. The only thing paid in the binary is actually the binary bonus. Everything else is paid on what's called a uni level, which is really great because you're able to maximize your payout and really go deep as possible. Actually, I could say to infinity, especially on the residual. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the way the binary bonus pays is very simple. You actually have volume on your right leg and your left leg because if you invite two people, then they invite two people, then they invite two people, it'll just keep on growing. So the volume that's there on a weekly basis is calculated and you'll get paid on the smaller one. So in this particular example, you have 9,000 points on the right and 10,000 points on the left. You'll get paid on the 9,000 points. And because you are a platinum plus, you'll get paid 15% commission, which is 1,350. Not bad. Now, watch this. As a bronze, you get paid 10%. As a silver, you get paid 12%. As a gold, you get paid 13%. As a platinum, you get paid 15%. And that's actually great. So I told you earlier, the Platinum Plus has the most benefits. This is one of them. Imagine giving yourself a 50% raise, right? So if you were to get paid 1,000 because you're Platinum Plus, you're going to get paid 1,500. That's 50% more. Now, who doesn't want that, right? You got to be a Platinum Plus. Now, I always tell people, get in where you fit in. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Wherever you're at, you got to come in, but come in as fast as possible so that you can work on your situation and start making money so you can work your way up and then start making more money as you get into some of these higher packs. Because see, you can actually earn each one of these commissions as you advance in ranking the company, or you can just buy into it, right? Now, the diamond is the only one from there on forward that you have to earn. From diamond and above, we get paid 20% commission on the binary bonus forever. Now, when you buy any one of these packs, you get these commissions forever. And I want to say that again. If you're a platinum plus, you get 15% commission for life. I've seen companies where they only give it to you for a year or 6 months. And you have to keep on buying it every month or every other 6 months to maintain that status. Not here. You buy it one time and you have it forever. And it's really cool. And a binary bonus, as you're working it and you're bringing people, and then the people that you brought are bringing people, and so on and so forth, you can earn up to 25,000 per week on a weekly basis as a maximum. Meaning to say that in a month, you can make up to $100,000 a month. You heard that correctly. $100,000 a month is your cap. I don't know about you, but I don't mind that cap. I don't mind them telling me, listen, all I'm going to pay you this month is $100,000 on this payout, because there's many more checks, but this is okay. For me, I have no problem with that. It's actually a really good thing, and like I said, the key here for remember is you got to become a platinum, because when you become a platinum, you're at 15% commission and you're just working your way up to the 20. So that's a really good thing. You also have a matching bonus. This matching bonus is amazing because you're getting paid on a match from every single one of the people you invited personally. So let's say, like in this example, you have 5 people you invited to the company. When you came in, you put one on the left and one on the right. And then they brought 2 people, right? But then you brought 2 more and you put one on the left and one on the right. And then they brought 2 people, but then you brought 1 more and you put it on the left. So it doesn't matter where they go. I'm just telling you that you just put people below you all the time, right? So everybody benefits from it. But it just so happens that on the matching bonus, it's on a unilevel basis, which means that the company sees you and the people below you like this. They're right below you. And whatever they produce below them, you're going to get paid on it. So whatever money they made on the previous bonus I just mentioned, which is the binary bonus, whatever money they made there, the company will pay you half of what they made. That's called a matching bonus. You can earn up to 50% of all your personals on that binary bonus. So if this guy made 1,000, this guy made 750, this guy 1,500, this one 750, this one made 1,000. That's a total of $5,000 that were paid to your group on that week. Well, because they made 5,000, you made 50% of that. That's the matching bonus. You will get a check for 2,500. That's pretty amazing. I mean, I really like this matching bonus because, when these people are working and they brought folks, it could have been pretty deep, right? So if they made a check for that deepness of whatever it is that they worked, you're going to get half of that. So it's not like you're getting paid on one level. You're getting paid on several levels below. I just have to explain it to you guys during training, but it's pretty amazing. I love this one. What if you didn't have 5? What if you have 10? And now the total is $10,000. Your check would be $5,000. You do the math. I just know that this is a very beautiful bonus, the matching bonus. We also have a car bonus. The car bonus is cool because when you come in from the very first start, when you have that very first and second position, you don't have to have a rank, but if you have volume, you qualify for a car bonus. So when you have 3,000 points in volume below you, and it's not that you brought, it's that the people that are below you. So if you brought 2 and below them, and them as well, 3,000 points were accomplished, you qualify for the car bonus. It's that simple. The car bonus is $300 every single month after that, as long as you maintain that status of 3,000 bonus volume points every single month. Okay, month. And you heard me correctly. I'm going to repeat that. Month, not day or week, a month. And it's really easy to do. By the way, when somebody joins the business, the points are dollar for dollar. So if they're buying the large pack, it's about 1,000 something. It's 1,000 points right there. So it's dollar for dollar. It's easy to accomplish is what I'm trying to tell you. But you can also get the luxury card, because now if you become gold in the company, somebody that has a gold rank is someone that basically has 10,000 points below them, but it's not their own or personals. It's everybody. Like it's a group volume thing. So 10,000 points gives you a $500 monthly car payment for whatever car you want to buy. And it's actually very amazing. It's a bonus that you'll see, later on as I go back further into this presentation. Everybody works towards it in the beginning, and pretty much everybody gets it. Imagine getting an extra $500 to pay for your car payment in your car. Now, your car has to be of a certain age. It can't be older than, I think it's 5 years or something like that. And you have to provide proof of payment that you actually have a contract or something like that. Now, you can actually have that monthly payment taken care of, which is option number one, or you can choose not to purchase or lease a car and just take the money, right? But take it in product. So they give you the whole 300 or the whole 500 in product. You can accept that every single month. By the way, if you take it in product, you can resell that product and double it, because people, like you just saw already on the influencer bonus, people are buying a lot. So you could actually just double your money by taking it in product. If you got $500, for instance, in product, you can sell it and make 1,000. So just think about that for a minute. Or if you wanted to, you can take it in cash, right? But they only give you 50% of it. So the cash is a 50% bonus, 50% of that bonus. So if it's 500, you'll get 250. If it's 300, you get 150, but at least you got the cash, okay? It goes into your back office and you can spend it anytime you want. And here's the last one. The last one is called the residual bonus. The residual bonus is also based on a uni level where everybody below you, it's looked upon, directly to the people that you invited. And basically they pay you 10% on your first level, 10% on your second level, 20% on your third level. And then on the fourth level to infinity, you're going to get up to 14% commission. And depending on what rank you have, they give you that percentage bonus, right? So the residual works tremendously. It's to infinity, okay? I have not seen this in a while. There was only a couple of companies I can think of that actually had a pay plan to infinity. This one has it, and it's really great. But you know what? Let me talk to you about just the first three, because I think this is enough for right now, because this is a small presentation. But let's say you have on the first level 10 people, right? And each one of them, are buying 100 points. Like it says right here, that's 1,000 points a month. At 10%, you get paid $100. Not too sexy, but let's say you teach everybody to get 10 people a month. And then your second month, everybody got 10, so that's 100, right? Now, the 100 by 100 points, that's 10,000 points a month. Now, at 10%, that's $1,000. That's a little better, right? Now you got 1,100. But what if those 100 bring in 10? Now you got 1,000 people. Let's say it happened in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It doesn't matter. Let's just say it happened very fast. 1,000 people consuming 100, it's 100,000 points. At 20% commission is $20,000 month after month after month, because you built it organically, because the people are there and they're consuming the product, and every month they're buying 100 points minimum every single month. I've seen this in Mexico. I've talked to the people making this kind of money already. Company's been around there for only like 3 years. When I went there, it was only 2 years and like 9 months. And I was talking to people beside me that really don't look like they've done this forever. They're pretty new to the game, and they're already making 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month. There was so many of them. I was so happy to see that. I was so happy to know that it's new there, but it's brand new right here. And you are watching and looking at this for the very first time, right? Before anybody else. I mean, it's an amazing thing, right? When you look at residuals like this, just imagine as you move up and you continue in the fourth level, fifth level, the numbers just get huge. If I tell you anymore, you probably aren't going to believe it, but you can easily make, a really good income on a monthly residual basis. The company also has exciting trips for everybody. Okay, all these trips are actually created as an incentive so that you can become, different positions in the company, such as diamond. As a diamond, they'll take you to a diamond trip, and you can actually go to these trips, enjoy yourself, and it's all on the company's expense. Here's an average income for some of the positions that the company has, right? For instance, we have bronze, silver, sapphire, gold, platinum, emerald, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, and then there's a lot of colored diamonds after that. And you can multiply this times 4 if you want to, because this could be weekly payouts or it could be a monthly payout. The company will always give you a number on the low side because we don't want to make over exaggerated claims. But just let me tell you, there's a lot of people making very good income very fast in this company, and it's just getting started. Anybody that's above red diamond, there is no black diamond yet, but red diamonds are riding right around 150K per month, and it's taken only 2 years to do that. So, it's amazing. I love it. I'm enjoying it tremendously. I haven't seen something work this fast. It's only been 4 months for us. And a lot of people are already ranking up as close as diamond, and everybody's just having a great time. It's one of those most beautiful things that I've ever seen in a long, long time, where it's at the beginning. It's just getting started. You can choose to join us either as a customer or as an affiliate. As an affiliate, you can actually buy a pack from the company. As I mentioned earlier, you save more money because you get product, and you actually also get a more product than if you would buy one by one. But there's a pack called the bronze pack, and I want you to get in where you fit in. The bronze pack has a whole lot more product than if you just bought it separately. This one gives you 10% commission. The silver pack is 300. It gives you 12% commission. It has much more product. The gold pack gives you 13% commission, and it has much more product even still. And of course, with this gold pack, you pretty much have a complete thing. But there is the what's called the starter package of the Platinum Plus. This is for those of you that are serious about doing this business as a business. Like, you really want to take this to the next level. You get all the products and you get it times three. So as you can see here, three of everything, right? And it's a really good thing, because you know what? We all need as much product as we can, right? So that we can actually use ourselves, pass it out to friends and family, or use it for our meetings, or bring it to people that want to use it while we're actually doing the presentation. So you got to have a pack like this so that it can help you. And one of the things I got to tell you is that you get 15% commission for life. You also get 150 points only to purchase to become an influencer bonus. In other words, typically everybody else has to do 200 points, and then the influencer bonus screen opens up. But if you have a Platinum Plus, you have to only do 150 points, which is less of your money, but then the company gives you the next 200 points at $5, $5 of each product. So that is great. Actually, it's a discount, and you get to buy more product. Also, you are actually coded as a platinum, as a platinum purchase rank, and you're at the highest amount of purchase product per pack. So you get a whole lot of product back on this pack, right? But you're also a founder of the company. And this is a special thing. For now, everybody that buys a Platinum Plus is actually becoming a founder of the company. And as a founder, you will get an extra check a year. So in December, on the first or second week of December, they distribute this check called the Founder's Check, which is actually meant to go to everybody that bought this pack. And it's for every month that you maintain an active status. So you maintain an active status with your $50 purchase or $100 purchase per month, every month. Whenever you're active, you will be coded in as a Platinum Plus that's a founder that will receive a check. And I remember last year, we joined in October, November, I think November, and we got a check for 2 months, right, of the Founders Pack. But it was about $200. But I found out that a lot of people got 12 and 1,300 bucks, and that's the very first year they started with the Founders Pack. They say this year it's going to be double or triple, because there's many more people joining in the United States, because this already got started, and it started in a very big way, and a lot of people are buying this Founders Pack. So I urge you, if you can, look at this from a standpoint of, you want to make some really good extra money. You want to make that extra 50%, because on your binary, when you actually have people joining your business and people that are bringing other people and other people, you're going to be able to get a 15% commission on all those volumes that are being created and generated. So I'm really excited about this starter pack, the Platinum Plus. You're going to get a lot of benefit from it. It's the one that has the most benefits. And you know what? I'm honored. I really do thank you very, very much for actually listening to this whole thing. I love doing this. I love, making sure that everybody is having a good time as well. We're going to do a whole lot of this more live and in person. I thank you all very much for being here. I really appreciate you. This is the end of our presentation. If you're here for the very first time and you like what you saw, please talk to the person that invited you. I always say this to people. It's important to know that there's always three kinds of people in this world. One that watches things happen, one that makes things happen, and one that sits and wonders, what happened? What happened? My neighbor bought a brand new car. What happened? My other neighbor bought a brand new house. What happened? Don't be that person that sits and wonders and asks, what happened? Be the one that makes things happen. Be the one that's out there in the forefront of your family, making things happen every single day, producing and promoting for your family. If you're here for the first time and you were here for wellness, but you like the money part, please talk to the person that invited you. Let them know that you would at least like to get started on a small pack. Get in where you fit in. If you're here for a business opportunity, I expect nothing less from you. You know, you are a business person. You know what I'm talking about. If you've done this before and if you've been in other businesses, I just want you to know that we've always wondered if I would have been first in this company that I joined, man, I could have done a whole lot. If I would have been one of the first ones, I could have been that guy on stage right now. Well, guess what? That is exactly where you're at right now. You're at the beginning. This is the beginning. And a lot of us in the beginning, sometimes we have to suffer a little bit. But you know what, though? We haven't suffered at all. It's been nothing but fun. And everything from here on forward is gravy. All we got to do is just put forth our best foot and start to work, make things happen. I invite you and I urge you that if you already have some experience, please talk to the person that invited you. Let them know. Become a part of this team. We will work with you personally. You guys can call me. You can talk to me. We can do a three-way. We can have a personal conversation as to what you would like to do moving forward. And if you need it, I would actually put you on the phone with some very key people that can give you more insight as to where all this is headed. But if you're also here and you've been around for a while and you have the smaller pack, you can always upgrade as soon as possible. Okay. And we're here for you. We're here to help you. We're here to serve. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for being with us. I honored you. I love you. I respect you. I thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us. But for the rest of you, if you want to stick around and you want to, basically have some questions answered, I'll be more than happy and honored to answer all those questions for you. So please stick around, be here, and I want to give this back to Marie. Marie,
send it to